The little seed Sprouty quest in a sunny garden where flowers bloomed and ants marched in neat rows, there lived a tiny seed named Sprig. Sprig was small and round, with a smooth brown coat that shimmered in the soil, and she loved nestling in the warm earth, listening to worms wiggle and watching butterflies flutter above. But Sprig had a big dream. She wanted to sprout tall and find new friends to share her green leaves. One bright morning, the gentle raindrop named Drip plopped by and said, "Hello, Sprig. Why do you wriggle so happily today?" Sprig rolled and replied, "I want to grow and make friends." Drip sparkled and said, "I'll water you. Let's go." Sprig's coat twinkled as Drip soaked the soil, helping her push up a tiny green shoot, and they met a little worm named Wriggly burrowing nearby, who said, "Hi, seed. Why are you sprouting?" Sprig smiled, "I'm growing to find friends." "Want to help?" Wriggly squirmed, saying, "I'm shy and stay underground," but Sprig nodded, "Wiggle by me. You're safe," and Wriggly tunneled beside her. Drip splashed them to a shady patch where a tiny snail named Slime slid on a leaf, and Slime said, "Hello, Sprig. What's that green shoot?" Sprig swayed, "It's me. I'm finding friends. Join us." Slime hid in her shell, saying, "I'm slow and sticky," but Sprig twinkled, "Slide by my shoot. I'll guide you," and Slime slithered along. Next, Drip rolled them to a sunny spot where a small ladybug named Dot crawled on a pebble, and Dot buzzed, "Hi, Sprig. Why are you growing?" Sprig spun, "I'm on a quest for friends. Come with us." Dot tilted her wings, saying, "I'm small and tire fast," but Sprig winked, "Rest on my shoot. You're perfect," and Dot hopped aboard. Drip carried them to a grassy corner where a baby caterpillar named Munch munched a leaf, and Munch said, "Hello, Sprig. What's that sprout?" Sprig rocked, "It's me. I'm making friends. Want to crawl?" Munch wiggled, saying, "I'm nervous on new plants," but Sprig smiled, "Crawl by my leaves. We're a team," and Munch crawled beside Sprig, Wriggly, Slime, and Dot. Sprig felt braver and said, "I want to grow for everyone." Drip whispered, "Sprout high and bloom." Sprig stretched up, her shoot growing into a tall stem with green leaves, and Wriggly, Slime, Dot, and Munch clapped, cheering, "Your leaves are beautiful." Children tending the garden saw Sprig's stem and gasped, and a girl named Zoe pointed, shouting, "Look, a sprout with friends." The children asked, "Who's growing?" And Sprig swayed, "I'm Sprig. I'm sprouting for friends. Want to see?" The children nodded, asking, "Can we water you?" Sprig twinkled, "Yes. Sprinkle and sing." Zoe and her friends sprinkled water, singing as Wriggly tunneled, Slime slid, Dot buzzed, and Munch crawled, and Zoe said, "You're so brave, Sprig." Sprig's leaves glowed as the sky turned pink with sunset, and Drip said, "Sprig, it's time to rest." Sprig looked at the patch, spot, corner, and garden, saying, "I grew so tall and made so many friends." Drip hugged her with a soft drip, saying, "You're a tiny star." Sprig turned to her friends, asking, "Will you visit my leaves?" And Wriggly, Slime, Dot, and Munch nodded, cheering, "Yes." Zoe waved, saying, "We'll water you, Sprig." Drip settled Sprig in her soil, and her friends stayed close to say goodbye. Sprig stood tall, feeling proud, saying, "I sprouted a garden." Wriggly squirmed, "You made us brave?" Slime smiled, and happy. Dot buzzed, and fast. Munch munched, and green. Sprig's heart felt full as she said, "You're all my leaves." That night, Sprig rested, dreaming of blooms, and the next day, Wriggly, Slime, Dot, Munch, and the children visited, tending the garden. The flowers sparkled with laughter, and Sprig's green leaves shone, knowing her Sprouty quest had made everyone smile.